Hello, welcome back. I say this quite often. I say I'm doing something slightly different, but today I definitely am doing something different. Doing something that I haven't done for quite a long time, and that is combining one of my hikes with geocaching. So if you're not sure what geocaching is, it's essentially, it's a bit like a treasure hunting kind of activity, and it's based around a website called geocaching.com. And essentially what people do is they go out and they hide a container, sometimes a big container, sometimes a small container, sometimes a very, very small container, at an interesting location, and record the coordinates, post it up onto geocaching.com, and other people then that are members of geocaching.com can go out and look for it and log their find as well. I signed up for it in 2005, and at that time it suited me perfectly with my family life. Owen was just born and he's 18 now, coming 19 in September, so that's how long I've been involved with it. I was looking for an activity that would get me outside, but that wouldn't involve hours and hours away from home, and at the time geocaching just fitted the bill perfectly. And I did a lot of geocaching. I did it all over the world in lots of different countries, and every time we went away on holidays or every time we went away on a trip, I was looking for geocaches to colour in that map, that country on my world map, to show that I'd found a cache there. I also got involved in it in the social side of it, because there's events as well, and I went to quite a lot of events, got to know an awful lot of people that were involved in the geocaching community, some lovely people, and some of them are still my friends to this day, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Then about 9 years or so ago, I got into cycling, and I was starting to drift away from geocaching at that stage anyway, and I pretty much stopped it completely. I had also been involved in the admin side of geocaching, just approving, checking submissions to the website, making sure that they were in appropriate places, and publishing them onto the website for people to go and find them, and got to know an awful lot of people that way as well. But as I say, about 9 years ago, I kind of drifted away from it, discovered my love of cycling, and got very into that, and I just didn't have time for both of them. Up until yesterday, I hadn't found a physical geocache since we were on holidays in Holland back in 2016, so about 8, almost 9 years ago now. But yesterday I went and found one. I'm not sure if I'm getting the hunger back to get involved in it again or not, but what basically happened was I have a geocache up at Beltany Stone Circle outside Raphoe, and it went missing, and I had quite a bit of to and fro with the last two people who went to try and find it, and I decided it needed replaced. It wasn't there any longer. It wasn't fair in people going to look for it, so I either needed to kill it off completely or I needed to replace it. And I've been meaning to go up to visit Beltany Stone Circle for quite a while, because it's a really interesting spot. I'm going to stick up a photograph of it as well, just to show you what it's like. But it's essentially a large stone ring circle with 64 standing stones, and it's an absolutely amazing spot to go and visit. And I have a hankering to go up there maybe and camp, probably in a bivvy, maybe a tent, but probably in a bivvy, and experience sunrise and sunset at that spot. I just think it'd be amazing. So yesterday I went up, replaced the geocache, had a hook about. There's a stand of trees up there as well, small forested area, which is going to be absolutely perfect. I can't wait to go back up there and actually do a hammock camp, and I hope to get that done the next couple of weeks. But just all this activity around geocaching kind of got me a wee bit interested again, so I went and found one outside Castlefin yesterday, downloaded the app again, logged onto the website for the first time in ages looking for caches, and there's loads about, and there's a few interesting places that I want to go and visit anyway, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, today's task is to replace 3 more geocaches. So I have, I guess, either 8 or 10, something like that now, that are currently active, but there's 3 particular ones that are close together in a mountainous area that are in bad shape. They've been here a long time, and I haven't been up here for for a long time either. But I'm actually sitting on top of Mackoght, which is affectionately known as Errigal's little brother and gets overlooked quite a lot, but is an absolutely beautiful mountain to climb in its own right. But I'm sitting looking over, just over here to my right hand side is Errigal, and I have to say the view of Errigal from Mackoght is one of the very, very best views of Errigal that you'll ever get. So if you ever do come up here to climb Errigal, do please make the effort to come across and climb Mackoght as well. It's about 200 metres less than Errigal, so it's a good climb on a day maybe where Errigal's clouded in and Mackocht's clear. If you come all this way, you don't want to have a wasted journey. But essentially what you do is whenever you're coming down from Errigal or on your way up to Errigal, which I did today, you follow the main path and there's a large cairn and you divert off at that stage to go up Mackoght. It's also the same place where you can divert if you want to go around Errigal and come up it from the northern side, which is a hike that I intend to do, probably not this year, but maybe next year. If you want to see what that's like, you should check out Miriam Kennedy's fantastic video where she did the full Seven Sisters walk, which starts at Mackoght Mountain and comes across all the peaks as far as Errigal, and she did that. She accessed Errigal from the northern side, so please go and look at Miriam's video. I'll put a wee link in the description below just for that video so that you can see it. I love Mackoght. As I said earlier, it's overlooked because it's in Errigal's shadow, and obviously with Errigal being the highest peak in Donegal, everybody's attracted to that, and especially now with the path up it as well. But Mackocht's lovely. It's a very satisfyingly rocky summit, and it's still a fairly challenge to get up here. There's a bit of a rough path, so it's not too difficult to navigate up to here, and it's fairly straightforward. It's just steep. And I will admit I found it a wee bit more difficult today than I was expecting. I'm still not back in condition, still carrying too much weight, still feeling the effects of COVID from May now, and just very, very unfit, so I have a lot of work to get my fitness back, but I felt it today anyway. But yeah, so currently sitting on top of Mackoght. That's one of the caches. I've gone and lifted the old box already. I'll show you what the new box looks like, and where it's located and just how it's hidden. And like, as I say, it's been here for, Jesus, it must be, it's probably, you know what, I don't know how long it's here. I'll put the date up on the screen, but it's still the original box that I placed here, and a lot of people have looked after it very kindly for me. Whenever they found it, they've put it back exactly where it was, and yeah, just the box is a bit beat up now and it deserves something nice. And I have a few boxes that I was given as part of my reviewer duties with geocaching.com, and I'm going to use those nice boxes today. I think Mackoght deserves one of them for definite. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over that way, heading towards Altan Lough. Just before I drop down to Altan Lough, there's a small rocky outcrop called Breaghy, and there's another cache located there, so it's in terrible condition. I don't even know if it's still there, but it definitely needs replaced. And then I'm going to drop down to Lough Altan, and there's one down there close to the old ruined tower. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll have seen me do my first ever proper wild camp down there, where I got absolutely eaten by midges. Ate it alive completely, and didn't abandon the camp, but didn't have an awful lot of fun. But again, Miriam camped there on that walk that I spoke about earlier. So yeah, definitely check out my video, of course, and also check out Miriam's as well. She had a much more pleasant experience camping at Lough Altan than I did. And I need to get this geocache sorted out, get it in place, and empty all the crap out of the old one and see if there's anything that survived and is worth putting into the new one, and then maybe have a wee bite to eat and move on. So that's the new geocache. The old one was beat to hell. So that's the new one, and I'm just going to pop it into a small crevice underneath a large boulder, and then just disguise it with some smaller rocks just so that it's not accidentally hidden or it doesn't get blown away in a big storm. So yeah. So that's Mackoght there behind me. I'm now down in the little col between Mackoght and the rocky outcrop of Breaghy, which looks down over Lough Altan, and that's not an easy descent. I'd forgotten what it was like. the ground itself is quite good, but as you can see, hopefully there's a lot of cliffs and steep drop-offs, and you have to be very careful how you pick your way down. But I'd rather be coming down it than going up it anyway. Turn around then. That is Breaghy, just there behind me. A big lump of rock just sitting on the skyline there, just looking down over Lough Altan. From what I can remember, there's an amazing view from up there, and then a very steep drop back down to Lough Altan again. Mostly grass and heather and boggy bits and stuff like that, but again, an absolute killer to climb up. The route I'm on is part of the Seven Sisters Walk, which is now also a marathon, and the lowest point of the whole walk is at Lough Altan, and then you have this horrible climb up from Lough Altan up to Breaghy, and then up to Mackoght before you finish then by going up Donegal. I'm sure it's called lots of names, that climb up to Breaghy, but I think, not sure now, I could be wrong on this, I think it's called the Beast because it's so hard to get up. Maybe a bit like the climb on the Tom Crean Challenge in the middle, which is I can't remember the name of it. I'll pop it up on screen, and I'll also pop up on the screen what the people affectionately call it who do the walk. Anyway, I need to cross this kind of hummocky, hollowy, grassy ground here in front of me, but thankfully it's quite dry. A few wee damp bits, but nothing serious at all. And get up to Breaghy, get the second cache replaced. So, yeah. Every time I see a sheep out in the hills now, it makes me think of Stephen Reid. Bye sheep. Bye sheep. I watch far too many Stephen's videos, obviously. I've no idea how well that's going to come out in camera, but up there, just over the top of that rocky peak there, is Breaghy summit. So one of the options is to walk all the way along the ridge, all the way over here, and come down this nice gentle ramp. But for some reason, in my wisdom, I decided to take the shorter, more direct route and come down here. I got about as far as there and I thought, nah, that's getting dangerous. And then I kind of contoured over and came down the diagonal through the heather and down onto this kind of grassy ramp over here. But that was fun. I don't think I would recommend that. I don't think I would do it again. That is mission complete for the day. As you can see behind me, I'll turn around here a wee bit more. I'm now sitting down on the shores of Lough Altan, looking out over the lake itself there, and it's absolutely beautiful. As I said earlier on, the last time I was here was an absolute midge fest, midge central, and fingers crossed there's none here at all today. There was a family group here just before I arrived, so I don't know if they were just out hiking or whether they're geocachers or something. Could happen, but they weren't really talking. They were just leaving as I arrived, so they just kind of said hello in passing and spoke about the weather as we always do. But yeah, so pretty much as soon as I got here, then I went over to the cache site, retrieved the old container, which was in surprisingly good shape yet again, but the logbook was completely destroyed. It was all wet and soggy, and nobody could write on it anyway. So some of the wee trinkets that were left inside it by other finders were in fine condition, so I swapped out the container, put the new logbook in, and put back in the swappables that people had left before. So as I say, that's mission completed for today. I've really enjoyed this, and I feel good that I finally got around to replacing those 3 caches, because although I have pretty much given up on caching, it was still bothering me that they weren't in good condition for people coming to find. So it's been a great day. The weather's been lovely for a change. The forecast had been for sunny in the morning and then showers from sort of late morning, early afternoon onwards, but it's now 2:20 and there's no sign of the rain so far. So even if it does start to rain now, I don't really care. I've got done what I wanted to do. I've had a really good day, I've had a really good hike, and I've replaced those 3 caches. So I hope you've enjoyed just this wee bit of an introduction to what geocaching is, and I hope you've enjoyed the hike anyway. I'm going to have a quick snack here before I leave, and then it's the sort of, I think it's 2, maybe 3 kilometres hike back out again along the trail, back out to the road and back to the car park where I started. But fingers crossed it's not going to be too boggy. So thanks for joining me in this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye for now.